This is absolutely one of the conundrums that families find themselves in. And you are definitely not alone in this. This exact sentiment has been articulated over and over and over in our community. Two things can be true at once. One, your birth was traumatic, and everything that you and your baby have gone through and your child has gone through sticks with you, because trauma does permanently change us, and it can change us in positive ways as well as, negative ways and having a negative impact. But your trauma doesn't invalidate, or your child's outcome doesn't invalidate what you've been through. And I think it's easy for people who haven't lived this, or who are in their own bubble, to not look outside of that bubble. And we've done some different support groups on mild outcomes and mild HA. And we have a lot of stuff coming up because we are pushing forward research for mild HIE, because it's a population that did not get the inclusion in the original cooling trials and in a lot of the work that has gone on. But we know now that long-term data has flowed in for more mild outcomes and mild HIE, which are two separate things as well, that there are certain things that can pop up. It's not a definite, but certainly the trauma is there, the concern is there about their development. I think, when you join the HIE community, you get ripped out of this ignorant bubble, and ignorance is not necessarily a bad thing sometimes. And now you know what's possible all the time of your child's development and what could pop up down the road. And that's also complicated by the trauma that you've experienced. So I'm sorry that people have been dismissive of your experience. We are doing a mild outcomes parent perspective panel. We've done moderate, we're doing severe, we're doing mild, we're doing loss. So the spectrum of peer perspective. And so make sure that you check out the dates for upcoming support groups. That might be one you want to join. And we know that our families whose kids have less impacted outcomes often also carry a sense of survivor's guilt with them. And there's a lot to unpackage there. So know that you aren't alone. There is also a group as a part of our Facebook groups called the In Between and HIE, that is specialized support for a lot of what we're talking about. And I really hope that you know that this is a very common, unfortunately, to have people dismiss your trauma, but that these two things can be true at once. You can have lasting, lifelong impacts from your trauma, and two, you can be grateful that your child is living the life that they're living.